Hello and welcome to AIRS. That always catches me. Oh dear. AIRS. Round 5, Season 1. Today we are here in France at Circuit Magny-Cours. This circuit is, well, frankly in the middle of nowhere, but it provides some good racing. Without further ado, let's just show you the grid order. On pole we have Thomas McHugh. 3 out of 5 qualifying sessions have gone to this driver. He's quite a qualifier, he is. Unfortunately, he's only converted one of the races, and that was only just in Brazil. Then we have Finley Taylor for the McLaren front row lockout. Michael Valliak, man on form, P3, followed by Sage, so it's Williams, 3-4. Then we have Coburn and Langenberg, and then Murray, Cena and Smith. The usual 4 teams taking up the top 8 spots, nothing unusual. Then we have Taman de Jong. Starting the unusual stuff, the Tier 3 car is 9th. Then we have Wef Poke, good qualifying for the Scuderia Italia outfit. For sure in the Minardi, that's quite an interesting one, seeing as they've not had too many good results at Minardi. Then we have Gradin, Curtis, Akikawa, Kopich, Harvey in the first of the Tyrrells, and then Pernay, then Regani, De Campo, Risotto, Opner, Barton, Chiatino has qualified. Know someone will be happy to see that. For there, Teller in the Fond Metal. Now that is a surprise, and Aguirre rounding off the grid. Well then, I can't wait to start this race. Without further ado, let's get it started. Go on board. Lights out and away we go. Looks like it's a good start from Thomas McHugh. Finley Taylor has also made a good start. As we run through T1, I think everyone got through cleanly, but we'll have a look. Indeed, it looks like everyone has got through cleanly. Let's take out the AI. And back onto the leaders as we go through the hairpin. Looks like Michael Valliak has taken the lead. What a surprise. This man has been on fire recently. Then we have Thomas McHugh, followed by Sage. Finley Taylor battling Coburn for what is P4. Looks like Coburn's going to go around the outside to maintain that position. Yes, he has done. So it looks like Taylor is dropping back. He's not got the early race pace. Let's go on board with Langenberg. Let's have a look. So what can I tell you about this French Grand Prix? Well, I think that it's looking to be a McLaren race. The McLaren seem to be quicker, as we saw in qualifying. However, Michael Valliak ever putting the spanner in the works. He is set the fast lap, obviously, and he's already pulled a nice buffer over Thomas McHugh. Is there anything this man cannot do? At the moment, it is Michael Valliak leading the championship by some way. If I recall correctly, he has an exactly 10-point lead, which of course is a race win's worth of points. It's quite masterful, if I do say so myself. Michael Valliak has taken all of the points except 4. That is 4 away from maximum points. McHugh's been close though. He's also been the package of the season too. Yes, he's had only 1 win, and that was only marginally over the Benetton in Brazil. But he's been the qualifier of the season, and perhaps unlucky to some extent. And these two are doing battle again around Magny-Cours as we go through the chicane. This is of course the layout with the chicane, as this is the 90s. Christopher Coburn in P3, And then we have Louis Sage in P4, Langenberg P5. Taylor has dropped back into 6th. He's under attack from Murray Senior now. Let's go back. James Smith on the outside of on the last points paying position. Taman de Jong is not too far back. As we go back through, let's take a look at, well, here's a Brabham, here's Regani into Campo 21st. This is really poor from the Tier 2 team. Risotto is down in 22nd, another poor performance from them. And he's got Camille Fever behind, the Monegasque female. Good performance so far. In the background is Shiatino and Teller. I'm going to keep coming back to this battle. I cannot wait to see what happens here. Two teams, two drivers that have not qualified for a single race. Michael Teller and Nicolo Shiatino. Back up front though, it's Michael Valnak still in the lead. Thomas McHugh, Louis Sage is now caught onto them. Let's go in this angle on the nose cam as we go into the last corner and enter lap 4 of 22 we have today. Today's weather seems to be quite sunny. It wasn't looking that way this morning on the warm-up. It was quite cloudy and a bit misty. And obviously we're holding the race at 4:30 in the afternoon. So it's had time to blow over, and yet the sun has come out. Still clouds around, but you know, it's definitely peak conditions, shall we say. The best conditions all day, and the perfect conditions for a race. Michael Valyak has gapped. It's now Louis Sage as Thomas McHugh has dropped to 3rd. Christopher Coburn is catching 2. Finley Taylor has now got the best of Murray Senior with Langenberg in P7. And De Jong has passed Smith. Isabel Harvey in the Tyrrell, it's the lone Tyrrell after we saw Risotto right down the order. I wonder if there's something wrong with or maybe they're just not getting on with the track. I mean, this track has already brought surprises in qualifying, with some people that we expected to be higher up the order not getting there, and some qualifiers for the first time this year in Michael Teller and Shiatino. Up front now, we have Louis Sage battling with Michael Valak. And what's he going to do? I wonder if the team is just letting them race at the moment. And it looks like Sage is going to the inside. And they're going to break down into the hairpin. And Louis Sage takes the race lead. That, however, has allowed Thomas McHugh and Coburn to catch up. Sage is going to try and gap them now, no doubt. Louis Sage, how about we talk about him then? The British driver has had, if I recall correctly, well, he had the DNF in Brazil, of course. That was caused by a gearbox failure. He then came 2nd in Imola, and then 3rd in Canada. If I recall correctly, this might be wrong. And then he came 7th in the last race we had at Mexico. So Sage has had a bit of an inconsistent season so far, but he's shown pace for sure. And once again, he is showing that he has got pace as he leads the pack so far. Looks like Michael Valyak is going to pull to the inside, but I don't think he's alongside enough. Yes, he is. Great move there from Michael Valyak. Dive from quite far back. In the background, I see a Benetton in P5. That must be Joseph Murray. Indeed it is. James Smith has now clawed his way back up into 7th. with Langenberg P8, De Jong in 9th, Pope 10th, Harvey 11th, and Akikawa 12th, and then we have the two Leighton Houses, etc, etc. Finney Taylor putting Murray under pressure here. Let's just take a look on board. Just trying to adjust the camera settings here, but you're getting some beautiful on board hopefully. Yeah, not ideal. I forgot to adjust my camera before the race, but it's okay. Now you can see who has the best lap of the race. Let's go up front, shall we? Wrong way. Thomas McHugh up the inside there. Good move there. But up front it is Michael Valiak once again in the number 6 Williams. Fast lap of the race goes to Christopher Coburn at the moment on a 122.7. We're on lap 7 of 22. Michael Valiak in the lead. Let's find a battle, shall we? Finley Taylor is closed up, by the way. Once again, I told you that the McLarens seem to have shown more pace this weekend. And it looks like the McLarens have, yeah, they've, well, Taylor at least has closed up the gap that was behind him. Let's find a battle on track, shall we? Everyone's spread out a bit. It's not cool. How about Shiatino and Teller? No, Shiatino has pulled 5 seconds on Teller. It's unsurprising that Fond Metal Car is very slow. But what's happened here? Michael Valiak? I've seemed to have missed this, but Michael Valiak, 6-second lead over Thomas McHugh now. I'm shocked at how that's happened. I can't explain that myself. Michael Valiak, 6 seconds in one lap. There must have been some sort of incident or something between these guys, or maybe they were just battling so hard. They've closed up into a big pack. As you can see here, big pack behind. And that has allowed Michael Valiak to escape massively. .2 seconds now. Michael Valiak. I said it at the start, and I'll say it again. Is there anything this guy cannot do? Into the chicane once again. Let's see what lap this is going to be. It's going to be quite a quick one. It's a 124.3. Let's see what the drivers behind do. 24.3, 26.8, 26.3, 26.7. Looks like Valiak is equal quickest with Sage, but now Sage is back by such a margin that, you know, it's going to be tough for him to close up. And obviously, we have no pit stops, so it's all going to have to be done on the track, I'm afraid, for Louis Sage. Let's go on board. So, I just want to talk about the tyres for today's race. Seems like mostly everyone has gone on the same compound, and I spoke to Goodyear and they said the temperature and the track condition for today's race is optimal, and that means that these guys should be able to push very hard. Looks like Louis Sage is closing up here. It's been very clean this lap. As you can see, his steering inputs. I haven't even seen a kick of oversteer. Fastest lap of the race, Louis Sage, 21.1. I'm glad we were able to sit on board. I had no idea it was such a lap. But he's closed down the gap to 2.1 seconds. Won't be long if he maintains this pace that Louis Sage is going to be catching Michael Valyak. Thomas McHugh has dropped 4 seconds off of Sage, and Coburn a further 1.6 off of McHugh, and Taylor a further 3.5 off of Coburn. So once again, I said everyone has spread out a bit. Murray Senior in the last points position. Let's go up, shall we? And it's Sage. Sage is closed right up on Valyak. Valyak may have just been biding his time, saving his tyres, saving the fuel. In the background it looked like, yeah, that's it, it's Coburn. Coburn onto the podium provisionally as he overtakes Thomas McHugh. Let's go up front, shall we, though? As we're going to see Louis Sage attacking his teammate once again. 22.2 from Sage, 24.3 from Valyak. So Sage has got the faster car at the moment. Let's see. Popular overtaking spot coming up into the hairpin. Is he close enough? He's going to dive. Brakes incredibly late. Makes it work though. Louis Sage takes the lead. Is that Nicolo Sciatina I saw not too far away? I think it was. I reckon they're only about, I don't know, about 20 seconds up the road perhaps. I think they're going to be caught by the end of this race, I'm afraid. Not that that really matters, but hey ho. Christopher Coburn, P3s now, but still. The two McLarens who I've been bigging up, they're only 4 and 5, as Taylor takes a look at the inside. Nothing really happening there. James Smith 6th, and the two Benettons in 7th and 8th. So let's have a look here. Michael Valyak chasing down Louis Sage. Comment in the chat, how about we do this? Comment in the chat who you think is going to win this race. I'll be interested to see that. If I were to place money on someone right now, I think it would have to be Michael Valyak. But, you know, it means nothing, and in these AIRS races, anything can happen. And of course it is the 90s where it is unpredictable as ever. I mean, think about it this way. In the real season, I don't know how many times he was champion by this point, but I'd like to say he was a 3-time champion. Alain Prost got fired from Ferrari at the end of the season for bad-mouthing the team, shall we say. And yeah, the Ferrari people had enough and got rid of him. Furthermore, let's go back to 1990, where Ayrton Senna, for lack of a better word, took Prost out of the championship at Suzuka when he, I wouldn't say swiped him out, but they converged lines into T1 at Suzuka. And they both flew off the track into the gravel trap. Very interesting indeed. Some of these memorable occasions, just a few to mention, but there are many more. So let's have a look here. Finley Taylor has got past his teammate, Thomas McHugh, James Smith and Maurian Langenberg there. Wef Poke in the Scuderia Italia is our 9th place runner at the moment, having got past Taman de Jong. And then we have Isabel Harvey. Then we have Reina Akikawa. And then we have Aaron Curtis. And then we have Gradin. We then have Kopich and Regani. Take a little on board with a Minardi. I don't think I've done this year. Such an iconic outfit as Minardi. On board with Matty Barton. Hear that beautiful sound with that engine. Forget what engine it is actually. I believe it's a Ferrari V12. Sounds beautiful in the Minardi. Giancarlo De Campo, Yamaha engine Brabham, not a good result so far for them. There's Teller. I think Teller he's dropped 16 seconds off Sciatino. Perhaps unsurprising, and perhaps it's more of a surprise that he actually managed to qualify in the underdeveloped, underfunded and slow Von Metal team. And it's Lewis H up front. He's going to be catching that Von Metal soon. I believe he's only about, let's say, 10 seconds up the road. Sage has got a 2.3 second lead over Valyak. Valyak has been caught by Coburn. Cristoforo Coburn. Ferrari V12 here. Let's get a bit of that. Goes down the gears into second. 70 miles an hour. And then 40 miles an hour through the right-hander that ends off the circuit. And then accelerating to 130 or accelerating to 160. And then goes down to 130 for the left-right. And the right that seems to never end. And then the lovely long straight. Then it's Finley Taylor. James Smith has now got the better of McHugh. McHugh dropping down to 6th. And Langenberg has got past Senior. How about this then? Lewis Sage under attack from Williams' teammate Michael Valyak. And Cristoforo Coburn is looking to join in on the fun. And let me just get on board. Yeah, that is Teller. Teller has dropped back into the clutches. Let's see if he blue flags in a minute. That would be the sensible thing to do, of course. Michael Valyak looking for the move. Into the right-hander. Into the chicane. And he's done it. Michael Valyak reaffirms his lead. But now he's going to be the one that deals with the Von Metal of Michael Teller. Let's see on board. Teller gets drive out the corner. But yeah, he's letting past. Or not. Or not. No, Teller has... I thought he was letting him pass there. Maybe wait until the straight. I think the straight is going to be the smart place to let them past. Yeah, Teller's let them past. Good job from the Von Metal driver. Picking the right place to blue flag and letting the top 4 go past. Bit of contact there between the McLaren of, I believe that is Finley Taylor actually. Finley Taylor, I thought it was McHugh. Never mind. Where is McHugh? Dropped down to 7. What's happened to McHugh? It's under attack from Senior. And yes, it is Senior, by the way. Joseph Murray Jr. is currently racing for McLaren. Or, well, yeah, McLaren. In a series called MMS. I wonder if anyone here knows that. I'm just pulling your leg. Of course you know that. MMS is big. Joseph Murray Sr. then. P8. That's Langenberg being held up by Teller, seemingly. I wouldn't say this is a repeat of De Jong because he is letting them past. See, Langenberg going past Teller now. McHugh and Murray, seemingly. McHugh trying to dive up the inside. Yes, he has done. And Murray Sr. gets past Teller into the corner. Obviously, the drivers who have the blue flag, they don't want to lose as much time as, you know, they don't want to lose that much time. Development here, Louis Sage has dropped to 4th, and he's sandwiched between the two Maranello cars, the Ferraris of course, and Michael Valiak still has the lead of this race, Finley Taylor in 2nd. Let's go on board, shall we? So we start the lap. Did a 25.2 there, not particularly quick, but as he blasts down the straight, not getting up to the well, in Mexico we saw 200 miles an hour reach down the straight. Unfortunately here it's only 180, but there's so many corners around this track, and so many slow corners that downforce is really needed. No T-tray wings today. Coburn then. Under attack from the Williams still. And it looks like McHugh has got past the Ferrari and the Ferrari. Oh! James Smith lost his front wing. What's happened here then? As we rewind to get the replay. Oh, dearie me! It looks like James Smith has ploughed up the back of Louis Sage. Yes, he has done. He's got into the air. And he's hit the wall. Disastrous for James Smith. He's thrown away a points finish by making a mistake like that. That is desperately unlucky. And it looks like the two Tyrrells have closed up to get back into where they should be. Good on them. The Brabham of De Campo has not made that progress though. Just checking everyone else is alright. And yeah, it seems so. Let's join James Smith in the pit lane. Second time this year he's lost a front wing. This is for James Smith. As De Jong has overtaken him now. We'll join back with Smith in a little bit, as I've just gone past it, but Louis Sage has got past the other Ferrari. Let's see if we can find Smith in the pit lane. There's a very long stop, 28.3 seconds. There must have been some serious damage to the front end of that car. And he's rejoined in 21st. That is not good news for the Ferrari team. Throwing away crucial points as they try to beat Benetton in the standings. Currently Ferrari are third though. And currently on lap, well, about to be lap 20, Michael Valiak with 3 laps to go leads this race over the McLaren of the number 2, and there's the Canadian Finley Taylor. Then we have Louis Sage, the Brit, and the Italian Christopher Coburn. Then we have McHugh, the Irishman. Then we have Langenberg and Murray. And then we have Taman de Jong, who's affirmed a points finishing position after James Smith's exit from the battle, shall we say. Taman de Jong looking for the first points of the season. He's had, I believe, 2 10th place finishes and a 9th. He's been so close, and he's been one to watch. A very good package and a surprise of the season for the Tier 3 Jordan team. And it's Taman de Jong who's looking to score points here today, as Isabel Harvey gets past Akikawa, the 2 females on track at the moment. As we go back up the order. Looks like Taylor, this is it. With only 2 laps to go. Shiatino a little bit up the road. I don't think he will get in the way though. It looks like it's going to be these 3. Mihail Valyak, Finley Taylor and Louis H battling for the win. Who's it going to be? I put my money on Valyak and I'm going to keep it there. Valyak has been the most dominant driver this race, I would say. But you'd never know. And with 2 laps to go, any one of them, it comes down to who saved the tyres. Louis H up into second, but it comes down to who saved their fuel, who saved their tyres for this last gasp attempt to get on the top step of the podium. Has Louis H done it? Obviously, he went backwards and now he's come back forwards. What's it going to be, Louis H? Can you capitalise? Can you finally get a race win after your teammate has got 3 out of 4? Sits in the slipstream, or the dirty air through the corners really. But with these cars, dirty air is pretty non-existent, as downforce is non-existent too. Hell, that was a weird way to say hell. Hell, if you look at the back marker cars, you'll see how much of a plank of wood they have on the front and the rear wings. With 1 lap to go though, Mihail Valyak in the lead of this race. And then we have Louis H and Taylor, McHugh and Coburn, Murray, Senior, Langenberg and de Jong. Final points paying position, can he hold on? I hope he can really. That would be a great result for the young Dutchman. Valyak 0.8, 0.9-ish over Sach. Shiatino up the road. This could prove crucial. I think they might catch him before the end. Albeit Sach is dropping back. And actually McHugh is going to be challenging his teammate for last position on the podium. Valyak is right behind Shiatino now. This is going to do Sach wonders, albeit has Sach dropped too far back now. Mihail Valyak into the final chicane. Louis H is closing up slightly, but I think it's too late. It's going to be Mihail Valyak for the 4th time this year. 4 out of 5 for the number 6. Louis H in P2, Finley Taylor 3rd, McHugh 4th, Coburn 5th. Murray Senior getting the best of his teammate for P6, P7 and P8. Let's watch this come through. It looks like it's going to be Taman de Jong into the last chicane and into the final corner now. Taman de Jong, 1 point, and that is crucial for the Jordan team. Isabel Harvey comes 9th, Akikawa 10th, Gradin 11th, Risotto 12th, and then this big train, I'm not going to read them out, but you can see DeCampo only 19th, not good for them, and it looks like James Smith is going to come 21st in the end. Very unfortunate for the Ferrari driver, but that's what happens when you get in an incident. Looks like Favre here, it's going to come home in 23rd, head of the Ligier. Vivere 23rd, Geary 24th. Looks like Shiatino is the last person to finish. Obviously, Teller was lapped, but here comes Shiatino. He stopped. Oh no, he's been lapped too. Of course. I didn't realise. So here's your final results, guys. And I can tell you that it is win number 4 of the season for Mihail Valiak. Mihail Valiak is going to increase his lead in the championship. Louis H coming in second for a Williams 1-2 and a McLaren 3-4 with Taylor and McHugh, respectively, in 3-4. And then we have Coburn, Murray Sr., Langenberg and Fageman de Jong. The amount of pronunciations for his first name that I've used this race is probably, you can't count it anymore, but hey, whatever. And yeah, that's your race order, and that is it for me. I will check what race we have next. And next time out, we are in Britain, everyone, for a race around Silverstone. I cannot wait for that one. I'm really looking forward to Silverstone. The home race for many of the teams. The battle between Williams and McLaren will continue. And will Mihail Valiak's run of form continue? Stay tuned this Sunday as we broadcast you that race. Announcement made recently is that the schedule for AIRS races is being changed from a Wednesday-Sunday format to just Fridays each week. So that means there's going to be a slightly longer season, but hey, it's not too long to wait between races, only 7 days. And we're on course to finish around about mid-May, probably. And maybe then the coronavirus will be finished. Well, not finished, but maybe then racing will restart. I'll stop waffling now, but you get what I'm trying to say. Tune in next week, or next race, this weekend, for Silverstone. I've been Alex, thank you ever so much for watching. Take care.